Hi, and welcome to another one of my cyber security videos. Before I start, let me quickly tell you about my free guide called How to Get into Cybersecurity for Beginners, where I showcase my 5 must-know tips for anyone considering a career in cybersecurity. The link is in the description below. Okay, now let's get started. Whilst having coding skills in cybersecurity doesn't necessarily guarantee you a job, as only a small percentage of cybersecurity jobs involve any coding at all, it's understanding what type of coding that can really make a difference in cyber jobs and what the demand is for these particular types of coding skills. Whilst coding generally involves creating programs using a proper programming language like Python, another area in coding is known as scripting. This is where a program can be manipulated by giving it a set of instructions using scripts. In cloud environments like Amazon's AWS, Microsoft's Azure, and Google's cloud platform, there are virtual products like web application firewalls, intrusion detection systems to antivirus programs. These can be installed and configured using scripting, because these virtual cloud products are just programs that are designed to do a particular task. So a web application firewall is designed to protect against web-based cyber attacks like SQL injection to cross-site scripting. But to get the protection from a web application firewall, it needs to be installed and configured. The configuration involves making sure the correct rule base is used and ensuring any actions like alerting or blocking are set. By using scripting, the web application firewall can be installed and configured, with the script being usable time and time again to install and configure the web application firewall, should it require reinstallation or reconfiguring. Better still, the same script with a slight adaptation can be used to install other web application firewalls. So if multiple projects in an organization need to have a web application firewall installed and configured, the script can do this too. This saves a lot of time, as there's no need to manually install or configure the web application firewall. Plus, it makes sure every web application firewall installed and configured is done the same way. This is what's known as standardization, and it helps ensure incorrect configurations due to human error through manual installation and configuration don't end up exposing the web application firewall itself to cyber attacks. Scripting helps automate the installation and configuration of cybersecurity tools, and it's this automation that provides additional protection against cyber attacks by standardizing on installations and configurations. The automation script will probably not be written in a programming language like Python, and instead in a templating language, especially as these days everything seems to be cloud focused and moving into the cloud. But that being said, Python can still be used to do scripting, as it does have some excellent libraries it can use to manipulate software. However, templating is far easier and doesn't require the installation of a Python codebase. So if the web application firewall is in Microsoft's Azure cloud, then the installation and configuration will probably be done using an ARM template. And if it's in Amazon's AWS cloud, then it'll be probably done using a CloudFormation tablet. If it's in the Google cloud, then it's a template using Google Cloud Deployment Manager. In Microsoft Azure's cloud, for example, I can build a simple Windows virtual machine using a pre-made template and launch the template in just 2 lines of scripting. This will build the virtual machine with Windows installed on it. In fact, Microsoft Azure has a whole library of pre-built templates you can use to get started building infrastructure on their Azure cloud environment, including ones supplied by their partners specific to the products that work on Azure cloud. Moreover, I might decide not to just use templating, instead use a third-party scripting language like Terraform. By using Terraform, scripts can easily be created for all different cloud vendors from Azure, AWS to Google Cloud. Terraform is from HashiCorp and is very different from a typical programming language like Python. In fact, I had a play around with Terraform and found it very easy to understand, as it uses declarative statements unlike its proper programming language counterpart like Python would. Using my basic Terraform skills, I was easily able to create virtual machines on Amazon's AWS cloud and Microsoft's Azure cloud as well as deleting the virtual machines and then with the press of a button recreating them automatically again with the configuration settings I'd put inside the Terraform script. If you want to be a cybersecurity engineer, you're better off learning about one of the cloud environments out there, either Microsoft's Azure, Amazon's AWS or Google's Google Cloud Platform. Then learn a templating language used by that particular cloud environment. And then learn how you can also create Terraform scripts in the same cloud environment to install infrastructure and configure it. The good thing about Terraform is it's free to get your hands on as it's open source, so you can start learning about it without having to pay a penny. You'll also need something to apply the Terraform scripts to, and that would be one of the cloud vendors like Microsoft with their Azure, Amazon's AWS or Google Cloud. Learning to use Terraform and one of the templating languages used in either Microsoft's Azure, Amazon's AWS or Google's cloud platform will make you more attractive to hirers, as they know that they can use you to automate the installation and configuration of their cybersecurity tools. The bottom line is you don't necessarily need coding skills to work in cybersecurity. Scripting is fine. I have no professional coding skills and I've never been asked to prove I can code or know about code in different jobs I've done in cybersecurity. When I've worked for very large organisations with large cybersecurity teams, out of a typical team of 100 or so members, less than 10 have any coding skills, and these tend to be those involved in penetration testing, some aspects of engineering and specialist threat intelligence analysis. The rest of the teams, including the architects, consultants, analysts, cyber project managers to specialists in privacy and risk management, these jobs are more about processes, people and technology, where new technology is reviewed along with new processes and how people will use the technology to see if there are any security issues with doing so. Coding knowledge in these jobs is not required at all. So learning about coding in Python and then assuming this could be good enough for an engineering role in cybersecurity doesn't necessarily make you more valuable to a hirer. They're not going to be interested in your newly acquired Python skills if they don't have a need for it. There's a lot of people on YouTube videos and blog articles talking about what you need for a cybersecurity role, but they only talk about it from their perspective. So if they code in their job, to them, cybersecurity needs coding experience, and then they'll go on about how you need to understand Python. Thanks for viewing this video. Don't forget I have a free guide called How to Get into Cybersecurity for Beginners, where I showcase my 5 must-know tips for anyone considering a career in cybersecurity. The link is in the description below. Till the next time.